Canis development proceeding.
For nearly 3,000 years, man has been searching for the Lost Ark. No one knows its secrets.
Death has always surrounded it.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Raiders of the Lost Ark is more than just a movie. Roger Ebert described it as an out-of-body experience, a movie of glorious imagination and breakneck speed. For so many of us, the significance of the Indiana Jones Trilogy in the shaping of our youth was crucial in the development of our own ideas and experiences. So much has already been said about these films, but we wanted to share our take on what's possibly the most entertaining film ever made, while trying not to sound too much of a fanboy. Let's talk about Raiders of the Lost Ark. There was a time when you could pair these two guys called Steven Spielberg and George Lucas together, and you could be damn sure that whatever they pooped out would be a golden egg. At the time of its release, Spielberg already had Jaws and Close Encounters under his belt, and George Lucas had created this little thing you may have heard of called Star Wars. But enough of that. The idea Lucas originally pitched to Spielberg was a reimagined version of the action serials of the 1930s. The movie would largely consist of practical special effects. It would have a high-end budget and also Harrison Ford in the leading role. The film would be called The Adventures of Indiana Smith, but that was too silly. So they brought in Empire Strikes Back screenwriter Lawrence Kasdan to clean it up, and they came up with the same name we're all familiar with:
Jones.
Finally, it resulted to be a nod to the serials, but it remained serious enough not to be a campy parody.
It was the only thing I feared.
So let's talk about the plot of Raiders. The year is 1936. There are two major players in the story. Indiana Jones is an American archaeologist that works as a college professor to fund his expeditions as a mercenary tomb raider. He's also the proud owner of the coolest hat ever.
Good evening, Fräulein.
On the other hand, there's Nazi Germany that's working hard to earn its Worst People in the History of Mankind award. They think they've unveiled the resting place of the legendary Ark of the Covenant, the case carrying the actual 10 Commandments mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. Legend has it the Ark contains the power of God, and an army that possesses it would be invincible. So Indy has to beat the Nazis to the location. So he flies to Tibet, meets his former girlfriend Marion Ravenwood, who has the medallion that holds the secret location of the Ark, and is then constantly trying to outsmart the Nazis. The plot functions mostly as a framework for the amazing action and stunt set pieces that happen throughout the film. Raiders of the Lost Ark contains what is known as the hero's journey, a universal framework for the character development within a story explained by Joseph Campbell in The Hero with a Thousand Faces. Plenty has been said about the hero's journey already, but here's what it's mostly about. First, a threat arises to destroy all good. A hero then sets out to fight evil. The hero later undergoes experiences and gains new knowledge or abilities. Finally, the hero returns with newly earned wisdom and saves the day. Sometimes he'll even get the girl as the cherry on top of the cake.
I don't know what they've got there.
Well, I know what I've got here.
There are many steps to the hero's journey, but essentially it boils down to that. George Lucas is a fan of this framework, having already used it with Luke Skywalker. But why is it important? Why should we even care? Because there's a hero in all of us and the journey is our lives. We may not face an evil galactic empire, the wrath of God, or even Nazis, but movies like Raiders of the Lost Ark bring us a little closer to that reality. Stories like these help us connect to our own lives. This is the magic of movies.
All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
Indiana Jones is all about exploration. It can even be considered as the main theme of the trilogy along with the hero's journey. In pretty much all of the Indiana Jones films, Indy finds a place no one has seen in thousands of years and collects the stuff he finds. Not too long ago, the Earth still had pretty much unexplored jungles, deserts, and temples. One of the main reasons why we love the Indiana Jones movies so much is because it reminds us what the world was like with a little more mystery to it. But of course, Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones is the real shining star of the film. He's masculine, but doesn't tread into the hyper-masculine territory of Stallone and Schwarzenegger that played in some of the action films that defined the 80s. This makes him much more relatable, as well as the fact that he gets his ass kicked throughout the film. He's not indestructible.
Junge, komm runter da!
Like Han Solo, he's also kind of a rebel. He plays by his own rules and isn't afraid of a dirty fight when it needs to happen. Raiders of the Lost Ark is widely considered as one of the greatest movies ever made. Sure, it's because of the great action set pieces, characters, direction, photography, and flawless storytelling. But at its core, Raiders can always remind us of what it felt like to be a kid. That movies can be fun without being stupid. Even the Academy acknowledged this back in the day when Oscars weren't about movies no one actually saw. Raiders was nominated for 9 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director. It only won 5. There have been some smartasses that have stated
Indiana Jones plays no role in the outcome of the story.
but in a weird way, that's the whole point of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Even if Indy didn't deliver the Ark to a museum to be studied like he wanted to, the ending shows us that real prizes aren't shiny boxes or artifacts. Sure, he lost the Ark, but the journey changed him, and he gained wisdom, which is what the hero's journey is all about. Marion doesn't hate him anymore, he's done right by her. In the big picture, this matters way more than any ancient relic, no matter how holy or magical it may be. Like Steve Jobs said, the journey is the reward.
They want you to get a hold of the Ark before the Nazis do.
Hello, Marion.
Indiana Jones. I'm your goddamn partner!
I know where the Ark is, Marion.
What was briefly yours is now mine.
It has been loaded onto a truck for Cairo.
Shut your eyes, Marion. Don't look at it no matter what happens. I don't know what they've got there.
Well, I know what I've got here.
Hey guys, let us know in the comments what's your favorite Indiana Jones movie. We hope you enjoyed this video essay. We're working on bigger ideas, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, see you next time.